Hi everyone, I'm Debbie Bellis. I'm the owner of Qigong with Debbie. I am a yoga, Qigong, and Tai Chi teacher and meditation teacher. And I've been talking about the last few videos of how to establish a meditation practice. So I have step one, step two, and today is step three. So if you haven't seen the other two, I highly recommend that you look at that because learning a meditation practice does take some idea of why you're doing it, how to do it. And there's many different ways of doing it. But basically what meditation is, when you go into a state of meditation, it's one pointedness. It's bringing the mind into one pointedness. Now you can do that in many ways. You can do that. I have friends who garden and all they think about is the gardening and they're just really with the garden. And that's fine. Or you're a walker and you really pay attention to your walking, and that's fine. And those are great. And those are forms of mindfulness rather than meditation. Mindfulness helps to bring us to a meditation state, to that one pointedness, and mindfulness can be very beneficial as well. But if you're looking for a practice that goes a little bit beyond that, this is the third part of the practice that will bring you to that one pointedness. Now, in these practices, they call it the monkey mind. We all have a monkey mind, which means that our mind's here and it's there and it's everywhere and it never stops. This can be agitating after a while if you don't know how to quiet that down. A lot of people don't sleep well, and I think a lot of it's because they just can't shut the brain off. The brain will affect the body. So meditation can be extremely beneficial for so many different things. So it's a kind of a non-doing practice. You're not physically moving, although you can do a meditation in motion, which is more Tai Chi. Again, it's more mindfulness than meditation because you're still moving your body. This is a sitting practice. And so, take a look at those other two videos and it'll bring you to here. So the next step, so we did creating our sacred space, creating a space for where it's more conducive to sit for this practice. The second video was anchoring ourselves into our breath. I was doing the butterfly breath, and I'm going to go over, I'm going to do the whole practice today. The butterfly breath helps to quiet down our nervous system to get ready for the next phase if you want to go to the next phase. So the next phase is anchoring again, but anchoring to one pointedness with, I'm going to use counting, but there's other ways of bringing your mind to one pointedness, such as a mantra. So I use Soham, S-O-H-U-M, Soham. It's a Sanskrit word. It simply means I am. It's not attached to anything. It's not in English, so it doesn't bring up certain, feelings at all. Soham. So you can either use today to practice Soham, which is a mantra, or just simply count the breath. You can do it with, inhaling one, exhaling two, inhaling three, exhaling four. The reason for that is the anchor, because if you don't anchor it to one pointedness, your mind is going to take off. And the mind still will take off, even with the one pointedness. But the practice is trying to take that busy mind and bring it to one point. So every time you're counting the breath or using Soham, and the mind wanders off, just think of it as a child crossing the street. You're just going to gently take the hand and say, come back. So again, you can use that technique. Mind starts to wander off. You go, I'm taking you back. I'm taking you back in. I'm taking you back in. Something like that. Say something that will distract you from that thought coming up. You can do all the thinking you want to later, but for this particular final episode of trying to create a meditation practice, is this part. Like I said, you can just stay with the butterfly breath and just sit there and relax, which would be wonderful too. But this kind of takes you to another stage. And today when we're doing it, when I have you go into the counting of the breath, just count to your own rhythm. Don't worry about if you're counting too much or too fast or too slow. Just kind of find your own rhythm with that. I'm going to time this, that you're in that state of just counting for about 5 minutes. Now that might seem like an eternity to you, but again, just, practice, just see what it comes up for you. If something, after we come out of it, I also give a moment to linger. So what I do is after I come into my one pointedness, I linger for a little bit, which means I'm now in a really good state, cleared out my mind, got my body relaxed, and now I'm just going to linger into my thoughts. So when you linger into your thoughts, mind after meditation, your mind's not racing. So you can kind of sit with whatever comes in. And this is the point. We don't want to overreact in life. We don't want to make decisions when we're in high anxiety. We want to do that when we're quiet and we can really listen deeply to ourselves and what we need and what we want. And the only way you can do that is if you do some sort of meditative practice. It clears out the brain, it quiets down the nervous system, so you can really think and make some really great decisions in that state. And you will be surprised once you reach that state of quietude, things get very clear. It's like shaking that snow globe. It's really fuzzy when you shake the snow globe. You can't see what's in that globe. But once you have it settled down, then you can see really clearly what's in that snow globe. Now, the clarity can be scary because sometimes we see things we don't want to see. And I think the busyness of all of us is so to avoid stuff. And that's okay. But after a while, we want to, as mature adults, we don't want to do so much avoiding. We really want to pay attention to our life. And some things might come up that you don't feel comfortable with. And I always do tell people, if it's really hard and you can't get past it, it might be time for some therapy. Maybe you need some therapy to help work through some of these issues. It's not always pleasant to go into quietude because in the silence, so much can be heard. You might not want to hear some of the stuff. So you're going to have to kind of, fine tune it for yourself and really explore what's going on, and there's no right or wrong to any of this. It's just kind of following some sort of guideline to get you to that point. So I will guide you through the whole thing. I will guide you out of it and, see how you do. See how you do, how you feel. If it's something that you enjoy, something you felt you need, then try to do it often as you can, because we won't get too much of a benefit doing it once a month. Maybe try it. I mean, personally, I want to do it every day. I want to do it every day. But if you kind of don't, then try it at least 3 times a week, and then build yourself up. It takes time. I've been meditating a long time. I still struggle with it. But I know the benefits of it. So that's why I do it. And it's become I've created a pathway in my brain that says, oh, you forgot to meditate today. Like I start my day that way. I leave some time to do that. Okay, so let's get started. So come into your sacred space, wherever you have created for yourself. That's the first part of it. And it's best to sit on a chair. Some people like to sit on the floor, and you can do that for sure. But most people's backs start to hurt when they do that. So if you're sitting on a chair, your feet are planted on the ground for the earth, so you're getting that earth support. Then take a pillow or something behind your back so you're not slouching. We don't want to slouch doing this. We want to feel the spine nice and upright. And the best way to do that is to feet on the floor, pillow behind your back, lengthen up through the crown of the head and root down with the feet. And this will place you. So we're here. We've arrived. Let's close our eyes. You've arrived in your sacred space. And we're just going to be mindful of your environment just taking a few minutes to do that. By just noticing the sounds that surround you, taking the sounds, taking the smells, taking the temperature, noticing just kind of how you're feeling, not getting stuck in anything in particular. You're just kind of dotting, oh, it's a little cold in here. Oh, there's a beautiful smell. Oh, I'm a little tired. There's no right or wrong here. There's no judgment. You're just being very mindful of your environment as you close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and prepare for the breathing, the butterfly breath. We're going to cross our hands on top of our heart, interlace your thumbs, pressing that on your heart space. It's like a butterfly just landed on your heart. And as you come here, as you inhale, just repeat yourself the word expand. And as you exhale, just repeat the word release. So you're inhaling, expand, release. And just stay with that for a few breaths. Inhale, expand, exhale, release. expand, release. Feeling the vibration of the earth below your feet, taking in the earth energy. Repeating, expand and release. Feeling the energy above the crown of the head as you are feeling stable between earth and sky. You're breathing in and out using the words expand and release. Softening, breathing fully and deeply. When you're ready, maybe you're ready to start the butterfly wings to move by just moving your fingers, tapping that heart space, creating some energy here. Or you can just flap the wings, the hands, the fingers up and down. Or one by one. There's a slight tapping. That's what you want to feel, that slight tapping of the fingers on your heart as you're now getting some relaxation. Inhaling and expanding. And exhaling, releasing. Eyes are closed or soft. Breathe. Lie. Feel the fingertips just gently touching your heart. Awakening to the moment. Keep repeating, expand and release. Don't lose that breathing anchor. And then stop. Just hold. And then release the hands. Place them on your lap or on your thighs, keeping the eyes soft. And then begin either your mantra or count. And if you're counting, there's several ways you can do that. You can inhale for 1, exhale for 2, or inhale 1, exhale 1, whichever you choose. Or you can use so-hum, S-O-H-U-M, so hum. As you inhale the so, you exhale the hum. So either one. Begin. And I'll have you sit here for 5 minutes and I'll gently bring you out of it. If at any point you're just in discomfort of any sort, of course, just stop. But try to just move through, push yourself a little bit with focusing on the so hum or the counting. And if the mind wanders off, remember to gently bring it back to the center, to the breath. And just, you can repeat yourself softly, not now, not now. And then come back to whatever breath you're on. Begin. And that was 4 minutes. You can release the anchor, and I'll give you a minute to simply linger. Just let your mind go where it wants to go. Maybe you have a specific question you need an answer to. Maybe ask the question and see what comes through. Just enjoy the lingering. Knowing you have nowhere to go right now, nothing to do, but just linger in the quietude. Get familiar with it. And just take a couple of deep breaths. Still keep the eyes closed. And then ask this question: I am open to receive. What is it you need to receive today? I'm open to receive today. And if nothing comes through, just use the word allow. Allow kind of covers everything. Today I'm open to receive. And then slowly begin to open your eyes if you're ready. Bringing the palms of the hands together as you seal this practice, and let it bring for you whatever you need. And that concludes the 3 steps to meditation. If you have any questions, feel free to put that in the comment box. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I hope this has helped. It's a big beginning. Give it a try and see what it brings for you. It's what I tell everyone, to see what it brings. And if it's something you love, you'll keep doing it. Thanks so much for joining me, and namaste to all. Be well.